Alrighty folks, this is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic the Gathering Arena Draft video. We're going to fire off some more Premier Draft Zendikar Rising, using my last 1.5k gems in order to do so. Having a bit of a losing streak, there's a lot of great players drafting the sets, and yeah, sometimes you're just unlucky, so you face against multiple opponents with bombs and you're not able to keep up, but hopefully we get lucky this time. Let's begin. And pack one, pick one. What do we have the fine pleasure of opening? A pretty nice rare. Definitely playable in any black deck. It's very difficult to get 5 1/1 counters on this, but either way, in the clerics deck, if you're able to play lots of clerics and they end up dying, you can essentially just replace them with the secondary ability. And even then, if it's hard to get 5 1/1 counters on this, the fact that Tabarex can gain you value whenever your other creatures die and just accumulate counters on it can be really powerful. And it's also single black, so it's very easy to play. Alternatively, there's other great cards in this pack. Relic Amulet for the blue-red Wizards deck. Tangle Floridhedron, which would probably be my secondary pick if Tabarex wasn't in this pack, and we can set up some sort of rampy green deck. But yeah, overall, the best commons like Territorial Scythecat. Let's take Tabarex and hope we can play along a couple of clerics. Demon Cleric, that's funny, but yeah, it's the best card in the pack. And black is a very good color in this set. Followed by Tabarex, what do we have? There's a Shajiri Shelter, which is an excellent white card, and also a nice dual-faced land. And Tabarex wants to be in a deck full of clerics, so you kind of want to play it in a black-white Lifegain deck if possible. Umara Mystic, pretty excellent for the blue-red Wizards control deck. Not a big fan of black-red aggro, but the Mace can be okay if you somehow end up in that janky archetype. Looking at the commons, there's a Shepherd of Heroes, Field Research, and some nice Dimir Rogue cards. And, you know, I don't really like Tabarex in the Dimir deck since it doesn't really want to synergize in that type of archetype. So we can either stay open, maybe like draft Dimir Wizards, or we can just stick with the on-color plan. And I think I'll take the Shajiri Shelter. I think it's a lot better than Shepherd of Heroes. Shepherd of Heroes can go later, and you don't really want too many 5-drops. So I'll take a cheap Shajiri Shelter to keep our options flexible. And there's a Feed the Swarm versus Thwart the Grave, all both very excellent cards. And they're definitely going to be my picks here. Now, which one do I want? Do I want the removal spell or the recursion spell? I think with a card like Tabarex, I want some recursion spells. And just having the ability to recur Tabarex and powerful clerics like the Marauding Blight Priest over and over from the graveyard can ensure that you can get your win conditions if they end up getting killed. So I don't hate Thwart the Grave, it's just a powerful 2-for-1. And the fact that they come back from the battlefield is really powerful, especially with clerics, since clerics have lots of enter the battlefield effects. So I think Thwart the Grave makes sense, but Feed the Swarm also pretty strong, very efficient, cheap removal spell. But I'm going to focus more on synergy here, and what the game plan of this deck of black-white is trying to do instead of taking the removal spell this time. Just got to ensure that we have our synergy first before we get our removal spells. Now, between Core Celebrant and Malakir Blood Priest, they're both pretty excellent in the Cleric's deck, but I think the Celebrant has higher upside than the Malakir Blood Priest. It's a pretty difficult creature to attack past. 1/4 is a lot of toughness, and anytime being able to gain life any single time a creature enters the battlefield is already more powerful than just draining the opponent for like 1 or 2 life. So I think it's an easy Core Celebrant. Grotag Night Runner, it's pretty decent, but I haven't had any amazing experience with it. You need a lot of removal to kind of enable attack, and even then, I guess it has nice value if you're able to use this as a pseudo draw spell, so to speak. But we'll take the Core Celebrant here, but I wouldn't mind a Marauding Blight Priest, but Celebrant is just more important in these cleric decks, just to constantly get the life gain. And I'll take a Malakir Blood Priest now, seems excellent. Wouldn't mind a Blood Price or 2 copies to just as some sort of card draw in black-white, which definitely tends to lack card draw. Tazim Raptor is also fine, just so it can bounce back Shijiri's Shelter and have us replay it later in the game as a spell. Grotog Bugcatcher, excellent red common if you want to be an aggressive red deck. And Jiraiya's Disruption, one of the not amazing Molded Dual Face cards, but sometimes you do get lucky and counter something. But here, just take a Blood Priest. And then, well, I don't mind a Ghastly Gloom Hunter. It's not a cleric, but the fact that whenever it attacks and gains life can have some nice synergies. Alternatively, there's a Farsight Adept I could play just to enable some party synergies if the deck needs it, like for this Malakir Blood Priest. But I think we're just more focused on the life gain portion for now. Just take a Ghastly Gloom Hunter, and you can kick this on 6 too. None of these black cards I like. I'm not looking to be in the mirror with these black cards. I mean, I guess I could, but Tabrex really wants to be in a deck full of clerics, so you can draw cards when they die, and then you can net the life back. By the way, Highborn Vampire isn't great, but I could still take it here anyways, in case, again, we need some party synergies. And Namaya Sky Dancer is a reasonable rogue, but I'm not looking to mill. Could just take a random Makini Ox here, can be fine, even though we're not focused on landfall. Like, just playing this on firm fine, playing the land and tapping something down could just be valuable enough. Also, there's Seagate Colossus that rewards us with the party synergies, but I don't want to dive into that too deeply yet. The Makini Ox might just have more upside. Not a big fan of Allied Assault, is very medium. Could just take a Tazim Raptor to go along with our Shijiri's Shelter and find evasive threat if we need one. So, yeah, why not? And then, well, I highly doubt we're going to play a million rogues, but I'll take an Expedition Skulker. Seeing all three of these card wheel is a huge sign that the rogues deck is open, so there's a chance we want to dive into that archetype. But for now, I'll just take the Expedition Skulker. And if we lack ways to fly over and win, we could just take a Cliffhaven Kitesail. Not a big fan of drawing a Silencer, like, it's playable, but it takes a little bit too much work, and a 6-mana 3/2 is not an amazing body. Take a Cliffhaven Kitesail in case we need one. Alright, so the first pack went decent. We managed to get a couple of clerics, and then we managed to cut off white-black quite decently, but we just didn't see a ton of great removal in white and black, so hopefully in the next pack we can pick some up. And Journey of Oblivion, excellent removal. There's also Nahiri's Binding, which is a good removal spell, but definitely the worst out of the best removal spells in the set, since double white is hard to cast. It can be interrupted, it can be bounced, and there's Feed to Swarm that destroys it. But overall, you definitely play one if you're in black-white or any white deck. But it's an easy journey here, even though we might not enable too many party synergies. Even if you have like a single party, if you have a single party manager, it's still 4 mana. Destroy, exile, non-land permanent, which is great. Jace is also excellent, but yeah, we just need to journey here. We haven't picked up a removal spell yet, and another excellent payoff card for the white-black life gain deck. Let's just take a Scion of the Swarm. Other great card, Shirt-Footed Infiltrator for the Dimir Rogues deck. But yeah, take the Scion. And so happy that I picked up the Core Celebrant, since now just being able to just generate life every turn can make the Scion of the Swarm very problematic to deal with. So, seems good. And well-attended healer, so black-white life gain is definitely open, and I'm quite happy I kind of forced it in the pack, so now we could just be the only white-black life gain drafter at the table. Another excellent payoff card for life gain, just being able to generate 1/1 cats. And in the future, if you pick up those Shepherd of Heroes, which are also clerics, you can give those lifelink. You can also give itself lifelink. So yeah, seems good. This could just be a really busted black-white life gain deck if we're the only ones drafting it. And the signs are definitely showing. And Kabira Takedown, definitely need to pick here. Also wouldn't mind a Blood Beckon, but with Thwart the Grave, I think it could be excessive. Just take the Kabira, excellent removal spell, can also be played as a land. And not a big fan of Allied Assault, since again it just requires too much work, but a copy of Subtle Strike is always really reasonable. The only other party member we have is like a warrior here, so I'm not too into the warriors theme, but either way, both Thwart the Grave and Journey are quite good if you still cast them for like 5 or 4 mana. But Subtle Strike one copy always makes the cut. And another Journey, okay, no one's drafting white. But black seems a little bit cut off for the most part. Maybe black-white Lifegain archetype isn't cut off, but the black does seem slightly cut off. But I'm happy seeing a late journey to Oblivion since if we can't find any deadly alliances, this can just be a fine replacement for it. Definitely worse than Journey, but it still has some slight upsides, being able to answer any non-land permanent, which is great. No white-black Lifegain cards. Could just take a random practice tactics. It's okay, but not exciting. So this also wants us to play more party members. So, you know, I could have a slight party theme in this deck. But for now, yeah, none of these are really anything I want to play. This package is bad overall. Not even anything to hate draft, to be honest. And Skyclave Cleric being late is quite nice. Nice MDFC, and also Cleric that can trigger synergies and gain us life. And take up Oblivion's Hunger or Mesa Links if we never get any 2-drops. I think Shijeri's Shelter will mostly be a removal spell. I mean, not Shijeri's Shelter, but Kabira Takedown. Shijeri's Shelter is 50-50. Same with the Skyclave Cleric. Late Veteran Adventure. Okay. But Black-White Clerics is open. We were past Attendant Healer, Scion, and also like Skyclave Cleric. So I'm not. I'm definitely committing to this. And then like Tazim Raptor is also playable. So this deck looks really solid. Just need to ensure that we pick up more like top end, maybe Nuno pack, some more clerics in the early game. I guess yeah, we're kind of lacking the early game, but our removal is good. Could even play this Farsight Adept to enable a little bit of party, have a bit of a party theme in this deck. Find 3-drop, nothing exciting, since it also allows your opponent to draw a card, which might not be great, but we'll see. And yeah, Luminar Aspirant is pretty broken. I mean, Bloodchief's Thirst is a great removal spell, but we do have Double Journey to Oblivion, Kabira Takedown, and Practice Tactic, and Subtle Strike to a lesser extent already. Just want to ensure that we have more excellent 2-drops in the early game, and if this goes unanswered, it's just completely busted. Otherwise, yeah, it would have been easy Bloodchief's Thirst, but I'm not going to take it over Luminar Aspirant, which is also a Cleric. And this card can just run away with the game if it goes unanswered. Okay, there's a Kitesail Cleric, which is also a Cleric, but a 1-mana 1/1 Cleric is not exciting. Could just take a Vanquish the Weak as another good removal spell. I can see a situation where you can use this as a 1-1 flyer, so a Tenant Healer can give lifelink to, and it's just a Cleric in general that can. It's Cleric in general, but I guess we don't have the Blood Priest, the Malakir Blood Priest, not the Malakir, the other one, the Uncommon Signpost, which triggers Lifegain whenever a Cleric enters the battlefield. So taking Clerics is not that high upon our list, to be honest. Other than having synergy of Attendant Healer, so it's an easy Vanquish. Low Mage's Domination pretty late too. Not late, but also amazing card, sorry. Because, okay, there we go. This is the card I was talking about, so now picking up Clerics definitely in our favor, so let's take it here. Our Signpost Uncommon, essentially. So now picking up more Clerics is great for us. Obviously, I guess Tabarex is another payoff for the Clerics. But yeah, all we need to do is just upgrade our deck and then make sure that we have as much synergy as possible. So cards that could be on a cutting block could be McKinney Ox, Bloodborne Vampire, maybe Farsight Adept. Tazim Raptor seems pretty solid in this deck too. Like, we might just play some of these tapped and then just getting it back to our hand can be quite nice. Between Feed the Swarm and Nahiri's Binding, I think it's Feed the Swarm. It's just easier to cast. Never mind, there's a Scion. I mean, we are not lacking removal, so yeah, guess we just replace this McKinney Ox for another Scion of the Swarm, which seems pretty excellent in our deck. Yeah, we're not lacking removal. Double Journey, Vanquish, Kabira's Takedown. Yeah, we're fine. We don't need another Feed the Swarm. Just need another payoff to close out the game with. And no clerics, but a nice, oh, never mind, Marauding Blight Priest, just what we're looking for. Definitely the card that we kind of need to maybe drain the opponent and have an alternate win condition if we can't kill them with our big flyers in the late game. Yeah, Blight Priest seems good. Almost passed it up almost, and Deadly Alliance. Gotta take it here. I mean, the Malachor Blood Priest is good too, but definitely not over Deadly Alliance. Pack one, pick one. I mean, pack one, pick one even, or even in this pack in general. This is the best common in the entire set. And I'll take a Blood Beckoning in case we need a little bit more recursion. There's a Farside Death for the party theme, but I don't even think we need it at this point. Like, do we even need to play the Farside Death? It's a fine filler 3, but might not even be necessary, so the practice tactics definitely looking a lot worse. I'll take a Seagate Colossus. I highly doubt I'm going to end up playing it. And, well, no clerics. There's a pump spell. I guess there's a Blood Gloom Hunter. I guess I don't mind maybe kicking on turn 6 or playing on 2. So that actually looks quite reasonable. And given the fact that we're not so focused on the party theme, maybe we just cut the party stuff here. Cut the Farside Adept, cut the practice tactics. Maybe we could even main deck like a Smite. Yeah, given we have so much removal, maybe Disenchant makes the better sideboard card. And, yeah, none of these matter. Do we actually just main deck a Disenchant in this deck, probably? Or maybe we just main deck like a Minkindi Ox to have like another top-end beefy creature. I don't know, let's see what we have in this deck first. So, okay, even I guess we can. I don't mind main decking a Seagate Bannerets. It can be okay. Just to have that random 1 mana filler 1-drop that has a fine pump effect in the late game if we need it. Okay, so looking at the deck, I mean we can just run away with 17 lands. So Thwart the Grave is excellent. Double Scion, good win conditions. Deadly Alliance, Double Journey, excellent removal spells. We do have a huge gap at 4. So that could be an issue for running 17 lands. Vanquish, great removal. I guess most of these will be costed at 4, so I could just put these on turn 4 for the most part. Priest is good. Tazim Raptor seems like it has some great synergy in this deck. I guess Gloom Hunter we can kick on 6 as well, so I don't mind maybe just running 17 lands, and maybe the Seagate Banneret can just go. And then Blood Beckoning, how many creatures do we have? Not much. So it might not be that great in this deck. I'm definitely playing, keeping this as a land option, so maybe we can cut up planes. Actually, never mind. Maybe we can just add another playable then, since this is mostly going to be play land, or we just keep it as a spell. Well, what I'm afraid of in this deck is Flood, but I mean, I guess if we have these Ghastly Gloom Hunters to kick on 6, I'm not too worried about Flood. Again, we also have all these removal spells too. So let's just say we decide to cut a land, and since the Sejiri Shelter will most likely be a land, what will we add to the deck? I mean, we have flyers to close already. There's a Seagate Banneret, which is medium. There is a Practice Tactics, but we're not focused on party synergy. We have a really million removal spells. Disenchant is mediocre and pretty much situational, but I could still main deck it. Like, it's not impossible main decking this, or I can just take a Minkindi Ox here, but it doesn't seem that great. Yeah, I don't mind main decking Disenchant. Maybe we just ditch a planes anyways, and this is still 17 lands. Look at a man base, slightly favoring black, so like 9, 8 here. And we have some win conditions. The Attendant Healer and can make a million cats. The Flyers can beat down and maybe steal the games. Tabarex is a win condition. And yeah, win condition. And then like Marauding Blight Priest can maybe drain the opponent enough that we just kill them. Although we don't have a lot of creatures to enable the Core Celebrant. Yeah, we just don't have a lot of creatures, but overall the creature quality kind of suck anyways. So yeah, I guess we just try it like this, and hopefully we can run away with it. And this time our picture will just be Tabarex. And it's fine going 60 lands to just avoid a bit of flood. And I don't need to necessarily keep the Gloom Hunters. They're fine. I can play one on turn 2 as a 1/1 lifelinker, and that's still okay. Opening hand, Cleric. Okay, there we go. And then we can start playing our clerics and then growing this, and then this becomes really powerful. Do I take the turn off to play out Tazim Raptor? Might not be necessary. Maybe just play the cleric right away to get him for some damage before he kills it with like Vanquish the Weak. And then we can always just play like the Tazim Raptor to turn after. It's good to apply some early pressure just in case he kills this. Definitely gonna kill this because it's pretty annoying, and we can get a ton of damage. He might just tap out here, I don't know. And now we have the evasive threat that can help close out. Hopefully. Tabrex. I mean, yeah, sure. I'm fine just attacking here, why not? 5 is a lot of damage. Play out the Tazim Raptor. Bounce a land back, because why not? And then, yeah, let's play land. And we're running 16 lands, but we have no spells in hand. So we just kind of need to win the game shortly and hope we top deck something good. The fact that any creature that he plays that dies can generate a counter onto this is quite scary. So I could just attack with the flyer and just say go and maybe offer a trade. Attended Healer is great. I guess I can't even give this life gain this turn, so I'll just attack for 2 in the air and offer to trade. Because there's no way in hell I'm going to attack into the 1/1 and give him a counter. So another win condition assembled here. So I can just give this life blink and attack, or maybe just stay back for now. Subtle Strike can kill the 1/1 maybe, end of turn. Yeah, I can't really do anything amazing here. Let's just pass. I'm fine taking 7 if he wants to attack me. He's still far behind. I can even just Scorch Rider kicked. I guess I don't mind this kicked. I'm hoping he attacks. I could give this -1/-1 and give this a counter, and then trade and then make a cat. Yeah, seems reasonable. Or if I put counter on this, no, never mind. It doesn't seem great. And we're just flooding here. Okay. I mean, if our creatures die, that's fine. I mean, I just need to get like a Blood Beckon back, or just kill the Sea Gate Colossus here, and just get in for 3. So maybe I wish I played the land next turn, but I didn't know I was going to top deck Deadly Alliance, but we got him. Yeah, this deck flared out pretty badly here, but we still managed to steal the game, so. Okay, opening hand. Well, Blight Priest and Titan Healer seems really good. And we also have Vanquish to clear a path and Blood Beckon to get all these creatures back too. Seems solid. Probably need to maybe play Plains first. I don't even have a Nahiri's Binding, so I don't really care. Okay, I guess I'll take some damage. Subtle Strike would have been great. So now I guess I'm going to play out the Blight Priest and take like a couple of damage now. So he's going up. Opponent's going pretty deep with the Esper colors. Relic Vial even. I'll just play out the Blight Priest. I'm fine taking 2 again, and then I can play out the Attendant Healer and just develop my board, I guess. And then eventually, if he kills both of my creatures, I can just Dwarf the Grave and get them back on one single turn. Yep, Deadly Alliance. And I'll take 2. Hey, I can even destroy the Vial with the Journey. I mean, take it with the Journey. And if he kills this, I'll just thwart and get them both back. Why not? Tabarex is broken. Okay, he has 2 mana open. So I don't know if I really want to sacrifice him to draw a card. I can move to attacks, and if he double blocks, I use Vanquish. I don't know. Maybe it's just fine using Journey here on the Relic Amulet. And hopefully this doesn't get countered somehow. This is the correct choice, so he doesn't just draw cards and gain a million counters. And then hopefully he doesn't like destroy our Journey. Alright, Tabarex attacks. I could Vanquish the Weak on his turn, so he doesn't so he spends his mana that turn, or he can just kick a Ghastly Gloomhunter and take it slow. This is a strong card, but it's not completely broken. Let's just kick the Ghastly Gloomhunter. We're at a really large life total, and even if he kills this, I'll just thwart it back. Actually, it's just going to become a 1-1, so I'd rather have him not thwart it. So yeah, took out a Relic Vial, so no, he can no longer sack creatures to draw cards and also gain counters, so there's no reason to attack 2. I don't really want him to chump. Spoils, okay. So I guess he's splashing for spoils and managed to refuel his hand. Okay, not what I want, but whatever. I can just attack for 3 next turn. If he tries some trick, I can use Vanquish to blow him out. And now let's just start generating cats, because why not? Hoping he just taps out here. Opponent, this is definitely a great card to splash for, but there's not a lot of mana fixing his set, so I tend to avoid going 3 colors. But if you can do it, go ahead and do it. Spoils is very good. Opponent's deciding here. I don't care about the Shepherd. I guess I don't mind using the Vanquish the Weak on it. But Tabarex is going to grow, and you can just draw a card. But I guess I still do it anyways. This is very difficult. So now this is going to halt my progress. That's annoying. So maybe I just Vanquish here and attack for 3 anyways. He draws a card and loses a life. Alright, maybe I just take it, or I just do it now. He makes a 3-3, I can attack, gain 3, make a 1-1. How am I going to deal with Tabarex later? I guess I need to start top decking a removal spell. I don't know. I guess I'll just stay back. Let's see what happens. Shepherd is so good, I wish we had a copy ourselves. Alright, please give me something good here. Opponent, give me my removal spell, please. Alright, nothing, just another land. So it depends on who decides to attack first here. That's annoying. I guess the better kill is Tabarex. He's going to be more annoying in the long run because that's just going to draw him cards. Then we can just take it and say go. Come on, can you give me something, game, please? He could have his own Blood Beckoning too to get back Tabarex. So we drew how many lands? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, we don't even have a single whatchamacallit. Even has his own core celebrants. Okay, we don't even have a single mono dual face land being played. So I don't know what's going on anymore. Hey, a Blood Priest. But it might be too late now. I'm just hoping to just play the grindy game here. He can eventually just make a million cats, but we still have some decent trades and blocks. Alright, another core celebrant. That's not going to be easy to beat. Plus he has an attendant healer for me to contend with, so need to definitely take out either the shepherd or the attendant. Kabira's takedown looks good, so I think we do it now. Yeah, I guess if we're going to connect for turn with the lifelink, we're going to make cats anyways, so I might as well do this. Please don't have anything. Now I can start gaining life and making cats. I could have even thwart the grave, but for one card is not worth it, I don't think. So we're just going to take it slow here. And just race in the air. Okay, that's a bomb. I'll put as many blockers as I can in front of it. Or just one. This is really annoying. I definitely need to kill Zeref. So if I decide to kill Zeref, what will happen? I can still thwart the grave, get back the attendant and the marauding blight priest, and still drain him and have like some sort of win condition. So I don't actually hate the idea of double blocking Zeref and suiciding my attendant healer here. I might not get a life. I might not kill it, but actually no. Never mind, he just passes. Okay, Luminar Aspirant, great, so now that I can start growing my flyer. And then gaining a million life, so move to combat. Yep. Just don't want to die to too much damage here. And yeah, just taking advantage of everything I got. So more cats on defense. But this is going to be a pretty long race unless I can grow this every turn and kill it. So hopefully I can top deck like a Shijiri shelter here, but opponent is flooding now. And even Tabarex is amazing, so we'll play him here. And I can start giving him counters, but we're just going to attack him for 5 this turn. And hold on to this Thwart the Grave in case he starts killing my stuff. Yeah, Splash for a Zeref without a Rogue is pretty difficult. There's another Spoils, so this game might just come down to decking. Because the life totals might just get too high here that he needs to There's a Subtle Strike, but I don't think I need to use it now. I don't mind just activating the Attendant Healer, giving Tabarex lifelink here. And then we can move to combat. And yeah, let's put a counter on the Tabarex, why not? So we have 2 flyers to attack. You could have that Flash Flyer, but I have a Subtle Strike on defense, so If he has a 5-mana Flash Flyer, I can still ambush him here. So this is looking good. And I'm also making a wall of cats, so he won't be able to attack through the ground. It's okay, I don't mind just killing that, but the mill is annoying. He only has 14 cards. I don't know how much more he can mill me, so... Alright, those I don't mind losing. None of these are creatures though, so that's a problem. Yeah, I think he realizes that he can't win. Because I just keep gaining life and I keep attacking him in the air, so... Also have the Scion the Swarm still in near the bottom of the deck, so... I have other win conditions too. Okay, opening hand. Well, if we can get black for the Blight Priest, then we can start gaining life and making kitties and drain the opponent, then that's amazing. So I guess we'll keep. Just gotta hope that I get a black source in like 2 turns or something, which isn't hard. But you never know. Might just save the Skyclave Cleric after I play the Attendant Healer. And there's our black source, excellent. Since I do want to trigger this, and also trigger a Marauding Blight Priest, so I'll take it slow. And we also have double black for the Scion, which can eventually be a target for the Attendant Healer. So our Attendant Healer is pretty much our core card here, the best card we have in our hand. Alright, so let's play land, and then let's play out Blight Priest, maybe take 3, and then next turn play out the Attendant Healer. And then we can kind of set our combo up from there on out. No blocks. You could have all the removal spells in the world, okay. I could also just play defense here and kill one of these creatures and keep up Sejiri's Shelter. Like, it's not unreasonable. Or I can just Attendant Heal and then do it next turn. Let's just do that next turn. I'm fine still taking 6. And I have the Lifegain to stabilize, and then I can make a cat and then keep up on my weird spells. Or I can be even more greedy and play the Scion. But probably next turn is the turn where I want to set up the Vanquish and then the Skyclave Cleric. I guess he can't enable landfall this turn, so we could just get even more greedy then, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess if he misses his land drop, then we can be more greedy since you know, we can afford to. So then he has like multiple targets to deal with. So yeah, let's get greedy here. I think this is very good. So we just set all of our expensive cards, take a bit of damage, and then we can win the game through gaining a bunch of life and keeping up, making a bunch of cats. So he also misses land drops, so this is going to be a pretty difficult game for the opponent to win, I think. Okay, Leyline Tyrant. That's a powerful bomb. What do I do against that? Guess I can just play out my Skyclave Cleric and say go. Maybe I can attack with the Scion or just stay back with it. I'll stay back with the Scion. I guess I can attack with a Scion and give it life link, and then just maybe get out of harm's way by gaining a million life and winning that way. So I probably have to set that up next turn. So maybe I just play out the Malakir Blood Priest now and just keep up Sajiri's Shelter. I guess I might as well attack with the 5/5 here. Or stay back. Let's just stay back. I guess I don't want to lose too much life. And then I still have the Shelter up, so that's very good. Mimic to make another Leyline Tyrant? Are you serious? Oh boy, this can be a problem. Thank God I can Journey one of them. Let's Journey the real one. And then we'll say go. Because if we Journey the Leyline, this... Actually, nah, it doesn't really matter, because even if we Journey this one, he deals with my Journey, then he can just come in as a copy of anything. Next turn I can start giving this lifelink, attacking, and then hopefully it can connect to so I can stay alive. Because this can eventually just blow me up if I'm not careful. Okay, so he's going to start drawing cards with the Rogue. Although there's no Rogues on the battlefield, so I don't know. Okay, I guess I can just play out land now, and I might as well activate this. And I still have access to Vanquish the Weak if I have to. Just want to gain as much life as possible so I don't die. And then I can also grow my Scion and it becomes a win condition in and of itself. So this seems fine. So I don't think the so Leyline Tyrant might not be able to just kill me out of nowhere. And we can just say go. Keep like the Shelter to protect the 6/6. Because he could have some weird bounce spells here. I'm fine taking 5, and then I can start gaining life again and attacking, so this is very good for me. He could get a Rogue and start drawing cards though, but I don't know if I care too much about that enough to Vanquish, because I might need to keep up mana for this. Oh, I guess it's a Rogue. Okay. I'm not Vanquishing here because he could cast anything to disrupt my Scion. So I think we just block with the 2/1 here. And have him draw a card. And then if we top deck a land, eventually we can yeah, I'm not going to activate the Attendant Healer. He just wants to make me tap out, I think. Which is definitely a no-no. Because if I do, he can use numerous amounts of removal spells on this, and that can be a huge problem. He might have to save up a turn where he uses 2 removal spells in once to deal with this. Expedition Diviner, okay. I could kill that end of turn and he can draw a card, but I think I'll Vanquish the 2/3 now, since I don't think any double red at instant speed can deal with this here. So we'll say go. Could kick a Ghastly Gloom Hunter, but I'm just going to attack with a Scion here. He's going to draw a card, but I'm going to gain a million life. I can even just play the Gloom Hunter as a 2/2 lifelinker, but it doesn't seem very good. I mean, I might as well, because I don't plan on tapping out anytime soon, so... yeah, let's just play it. Might need that extra lifelink hit in to win the game, so... yeah, holding on to that the whole time, that's good. So now I can attack with both. If he doesn't block the 7/7, he's gonna die. So let's play land, move to combat. I think I'm fine attacking the Ghostly Gloom Hunter to gain the extra lifelink hint, but this makes him that he needs to chump block the Scion, and that's not good. Okay, he's just gonna store up the mana, who cares? And he's down to 1, I don't think he can kill me out of nowhere here. Even if he bounces my Scion, I can just give I can give the Attendant Healer itself life gain and we're good. Or I can just attack with the Cleric and then give it life gain. I mean the Skyclave Cleric, so we got this game I think. Maybe I should use Journey on this one instead because it was a rogue shapeshifter which allowed him to tap the Surefoot Infiltrator, so I should have kept that in mind. Who cares? Yeah, single lifelink hit in and it's just game over, so I think we got this. Unless he kills the Blight Priest. I mean, I might as well just alpha next turn, right? Or not. I guess I can just alpha the 1/1 tokens. Yeah, I don't mind just alphaing with a Skyclave Cleric because, yeah, it's gonna gain life. I can just give it lifelink anyways. And he needs to make all these weird blocks here. And I can give 2 of these Clerics lifelink. Could see like a bounce spell here, and that's still fine. Honestly, don't think he can win this. Okay, maybe something like that can definitely work. But he blows up his own board as well, so it's not necessarily the best. But I guess if I just give lifelink to either one of these, we're good. Opponent is definitely has a lot of surprises up his sleeve. So first things first, we're gonna give the Scion lifelink, and then we're gonna give the Skyclave Cleric lifelink to guarantee we can get him for 1. And he could just kill the Blight Priest, hopefully not. Because if he kills the Blight Priest, that's going to be a problem. Okay, I think the opponent has an oops here, I don't know. He might have a blink of an eye to bounce the Blight Priest before damage happens so you can't drain here. Okay, he had a Chilling Grass, I don't think that matters. Because now this can gain life and he's just dead. Trigger on a stack, we kill him. The trigger's also on a stack, so even if he kills my Blight Priest, he's still going to take a damage here, so we got him. Leyline Tyrant, definitely the best red card in this entire set. I mean, easily the best red card, because even if you lock it down with enchantment-based removal, it will eventually you can still save up red mana and you can eventually just destroy it itself and deal face damage to the opponent. So Leyline is a powerful bomb. Alright, currently 3-0. This deck is doing very well right now. Just trying to focus on maximizing our synergies. And against a deck with a lot of removal, I can see this deck having a lot of problems and issues winning the game. Alright, not an amazing hand, but keepable. But we do have Core Celebrant on turn 3, which is great, so that can enable other life gain payoffs like this one. Okay, So hope the cleric survives, and if it does, we're in great shape. Alright, just gotta cross and pray. The next turn we can Core Celebrant or Vanquish if we want to. Roll Eruption would suck here, but it is what it is. Definitely no blocks if he decides to attack. No blocks. It's pretty bad to block here. And we can see a Roll Eruption here. Molten Blast, okay, same thing almost. So I can still disenchant weapons, so it's not bad. I guess I can Blood Beckon and get back the Cleric eventually. Do I do it this turn? Probably not. I think the Core Celebrant is still fine. If he decides to kill that, we can just kick the Blood Beckon and get both back. So that can even be better. Expedition Champion is excellent. Probably need to use Vanquish on the Titter Peak Ambusher here. I guess I don't hate it. So if he attacks next turn, I'm going to use Vanquish on the 1-3 and just block the 2-3. Seems fine. Since he can only pump this once, I guess I'll just use it on the Kargan War Leader. I can block and pass priority first. Then I can still hold off the Buckcatcher. Yeah, Cleric is really gross, so now you can see that. Now check out this combo. I'm just going to constantly gain life and grow my 4/4, and I can I'm fine just taking 4 here. If he plays another land, he can pump this twice, so that can be problematic. But overall, we should be in great shape. So just take 4, and then anything else we just play later will just be incredibly broken. I can even just play the Blood Beckoning, to be honest. Subtle Strike can be okay. Like I can just ambush the Expedition Champion and use Subtle Strike. But I think this turn we just get back to Cleric. And then we just cast it to be really annoying. And then I can still stay back to disincentivize an attack from him. And still take 4. I could also trade off the Cleric of Lifespawn, which isn't too bad. Like, trading this off for the 1-3 isn't bad because he can pump it a million times. Yeah, I mean, how else are we going to deal with it? I don't really want Deadly Alliance it. Let's just trade it. Okay, I'll play land and pass. And he might try to just attack with the Expedition Champion. I can block with the 1-4 and go from there. If he plays a weapon, we have a Disenchant or even the Hiri's Binding, so we do have a lot of flexibility here. We just need to start top decking like some ways to disrupt his gameplay, pretty much. Okay, unkicked. So he might have 2 4-powered attackers to get going. Do I just want a Deadly Alliance end of turn? It's not a bad idea. We can do on the flyer or the 4-form. Try on the flyer. He could have a Shajari's Shelter, and that's totally fine. And the 5-5 can still hold off the 4-3s, so we're still in great shape. And another Scion, excellent. And I can still stay back with the 5-5 here. Yeah, this is just so gross. Yeah, I don't know how the opponent's going to get out of this one. He needs multiple removal spells. I'm staying back, so then this also disincentivizes the 4-3 from attacking. And then the more creatures that we play, the more these grow, and then we can just smash them and put them into, like, I don't know, a 2-turn clock. He might just attack here just to go for it. No, I guess he's just going to pass. It makes sense. Yeah, the opponent just can't do much. White-black is just too good in this set, I think. I guess I can just attack with a 4-4. And I still have the subtle strike up trick to deal with the warrior, so that's fine, and we can just stay ghost still. Valakut Exploration, okay, so now he can start drawing cards off of it and dealing damage to me. I guess I can end of turn just disenchant it. Just prevent him from drawing cards. Well, we just don't let him play a fair game of Magic at all. Well, didn't need another land, but I guess I'll take it, because eventually we're going to draw a spell, right? Can I play a creature, please? I mean, I guess I only have 13 creatures in the deck. Pretty high quality, but not a lot for the most part. Could see like a Rebuke here. It deals 5 damage. Sure, I'll let that happen. Yeah, this can't save it, unfortunately. So I guess I just need to keep the 6/6 back from now on. And just attack with a 4/4. Yeah, this isn't great. I still think I keep swinging. I guess he can attack me for 6 next turn, but that's still a lot of that's still whatchamacallit, that's still gonna require a lot of damage. 15 is a lot, so yeah, he might just go for something here, and I can just block and get a free kill. And hopefully not fall too far behind. And I can attack with a 4, and if he doesn't attack, I can just attack with a 4/4 next turn, and eventually just and I can just swing all, and then just yeah, I have to attack here, so then next turn I can just kill him, and I can use the Subtle Strike to still shrink the Titterpeak Ambusher down. I think we should be able to survive here. Surprised I drew like 5 lands in a row and got like absolutely nothing from this deck. So he can pump. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. He can pump quite a numerous times. So I think I'm just gonna block. I have to block the 4/3, I think, and decide how I want to Subtle Strike. 4, 5, 6. That's pretty gross. So this is going to be 6 power, so I need to shrink it. Or put a counter onto it at least. Yep. Really close game. I think we still stay alive, right? Good game. But we managed to get him. Yeah, we got really flooded really badly in that matchup. I mean, the opponent was also flooding, but that was really bad. I swear I'm running whatchamacallit, 16 lands in this deck. Right, so 15, and then I guess 16 counts as the Skyclave Cleric or the Shujiri Shelter. Yeah, and then most of the time we're just going to cast them as spells, so I don't know why we're flooding so badly. 9, 10, 11. I mean, this is almost 17 lands anyways, but, you know, we're just going 16, so I don't know what's going on. But currently 4-0, this deck is still doing very well. And we have multiple win outlets and just great synergy overall. Opening hand. We can always just play this tap and get it back with its Tazim Raptor. Let's just keep. Do I play tap though? It doesn't hurt. Don't mind a Gloom Hunter on turn 2, just to apply that early pressure and stay ahead in the race. Let's try to find, if his secondary card is black, I might want to play around dodge removal, but I'm still fine if he kills Tamarix, I guess, because I can just play out maybe the Raptor instead and maybe do Tamarix next turn. Maybe that's just better. And now I guess I can just bounce back to Skyclave Cleric anyways, and then if he wants to kill my 2/2, that's fine. With the one lifelink hitting in per turn, I should be able to stabilize against this race. Could see that Namana Sky Dancer ambushed me, the 2/1 that mills. And I'm fine if that happens because I'd rather have this 2/2 die than the Tabarex. Okay, Tazim Royal Mage. Am I going to take too much damage? I'm going to be greedy here and just play out Tabarex. And I'm fine just taking 4 and then going back to 20 and 16, so... And I can eventually just play the Cleric, gain some life, and halt off the ground creatures, so... Tazim Royal Mage definitely doing a lot of work. Could see a Duelist flashed in, okay, just to prevent some damage. That's fine, it's not a big deal. I can still get back the Marauding Blight Priest, so it's not a big deal. Even if he kills Tabarex, we're just gonna kick the Blood Beckoning, get everything back, and we're in good shape. And I can still afford to take a little points of damage. It's not the end of the world. That's fine. Ooh, Attendant Healer is nice. No attacks. Don't know why I didn't attack with the 1/1 last turn. Let's see, let's think. Guess we're just gonna play out Marauding Blight Priest here. Play out the Cleric. Gain some life. And I should have attacked the Lifelinker last turn, not only to get a 1/1 cat token, but to also gain 1 life, so... Yeah, and I guess I don't mind trading the Tazim Raptor for the 3/2 here. He does draw a card, but I can't really afford to take all this damage. could also set up a subtle strike on it. Anti-cognition, so he's going to save that for Tabrax. Funny. Okay, that's fine. So he has anti-cognition up, so I might as well just play out Tabrax and play around it, of course. For 3, what can I do? Good games. I mean, I guess I can do this. It'll only drain me for 2, that's pretty good. Wow, yeah, he got me there. Yeah, sorry for the mute, guys. I don't really think the opponent's going to beat this one. There's just too much life gain and recursion in this deck. And this has me convinced that black-white is obviously the best color and best archetype. It tends to outlast so many it outlasts the other aggressive archetypes, and yeah, all you need to do is sit back behind your recursion spells uh, and gain a bunch of life, and then you have payoffs at common like Marauding Blight Priest, and then enablers like Core Celebrant at common, and even like the Sign of the Swarm is amazing. Yeah, I'm really convinced that black-white is the best archetype. Might as well just cast Tabris. I mean, he could have like a board wipe here. That's okay. I mean, if he has a board wipe, I should be careful and not put all my eggs in one basket. So, I think I'm just gonna play out the Tabrex and pass. Next turn it should be lethal unless he has a board wipe. Yeah, I don't really see the opponent beating me here. Okay, and even if he has a trick, I guess I'll just Subtle Strike. Now let's just keep this one back. If he has another Dauntless Unity, that's fine. I'll just respond with Subtle Strike. That's weird. Sure. Sure, it survives. I don't really care. It's not going to do anything. I guess he has a board wipe? No, it's double... Yeah, he needs double wipe for it. Yeah, there was no way the opponent was going to beat me in this game. But thank God I managed to exile the Squad Commando. Because if he managed to get a full party, we would have been in trouble. But yeah, black-white control, clerics, the best archetype in the set by far. I think the mirror is also close since the mirror can has so many payoffs at common, uncommon, and then milling your opponent is usually the game plan. I mean and then the mirror has an alternate game plan of milling the opponent, and they can do a good job at it. So yeah, let's move on to the final boss. Go through an overview of the deck. Simply just black-white clerics, just like the previous draft videos. We have two excellent great recursion spells, Blood Beckoning and Thwart the Grave. In terms of removal, we have Journey to Oblivion, Deadly Alliance, Vanquish the Weak, and Kabira's Takedown. And then other sideboardable cards that we even main deck a Disenchant, since I felt like this deck is a 16-lander, and sometimes Disenchant is nice against other broken enchantments or removal spells. Like, imagine like playing against a Felidar Retreat, you need to Disenchant to answer that, and then also against other opposing enchantment-based removal, this can be useful. Also, artifact creatures can be destroyed by it, so it's not wrong to main deck a Disenchant. It's just the reason why not a lot of people prioritize Disenchants too much is because it's too situational. And we just have a myriad of like yeah, we just have a myriad of like life gain payoffs, being Cleric of Life's Bond. Tabrex can be nice if a cleric dies, since you can sack it and draw a card off of it. Double Scion, excellent life gain payoff, same with Attendant Healer. And yeah, and if any of them just apparently die, you can just get them back with Blood Beckoning and Thwart the Grave. I used to be opposed to Blood Beckoning when I already have Thwart the Grave, but in an archetype like this, where you aren't playing too many creatures, and I mean in a deck like this where you aren't playing lots of creatures, and your win conditions and payoffs get killed and removed, you don't mind just having the recursion to just get them back again to keep chaining over and essentially comboing off and draining them. So yeah, this deck was pretty sweet. And arguably one of the best archetypes in the set, along with the Mirror Rogues and Black-White Lifegain. Since again, the Marauding Blight Priest is already an amazing payoff at common, and then there's just so many enablers like Core Celebrant, the 2-mana 2/2 Vigilance lifelink, Shepherd of Heroes, and even Gloomhunter. So yeah, let's move on to the final boss and get our 7. Okay, opening hand, not the best. We just need black mana pretty much, but we're on the draw. I don't mind just risking it here. Like, the only bad part is that if we just get run over by aggro, but if we get a single black source, this hand can definitely be a house. So I'll risk it here. I've risked hands like this before and I got away quite fine. And there's our black source, so the question is, do I play the Shijiri Shelter tapped? And I think I do. I don't want to risk anything here. And then, because he is playing a red, so he's going to play lots of aggressive 2-drops. So it's important that I ensure that I have a curve of creatures so I can trade. I don't mind just trading here if he decides to attack. Gets rid of a warrior, and this can be a real nuisance in the late game. Fisher Wizard though, I don't really care. Yeah, I guess he's just gonna hit me for more every single time the more turns pass, so I'm definitely blocking trading here. Yeah, you never know if he's gonna play a rogue or anything else, so I think I go for it. I can play land. Do I trade my Marauding Blight Priest? I'll play it though. And then I can maybe afford to take 2 and decide whether or not I want the Blood Price or do anything else next turn. I'll take 2, it's not the end of the world. There's better higher toughness creatures for me to block instead. Expedition Healer's like whatever. Yeah, these cards are all medium. Yeah, I actually don't mind just taking hits from these cards. I mean, they really aren't much. I definitely want Blood Beckoning here, and do I want the Cleric? The Skyclave Cleric can block pretty well, but we're about to almost kick a Ghastly Gloom Hunter on turn 6, so I don't actually mind just taking the Gloom Hunter. And I might even trade here now, so I don't take too much damage. Because you never know what they have. I think I'll trade. Like, I would love to drain them, but just can't afford to take too much. And I guess I can eventually just kick the spell and Gary one back anyway, so this is okay. And Journey's excellent, so now, yeah, I can just Journey and then kick like a Gloom Hunter next turn, and only take 2. That was a great top deck. Okay, opponent just passes, that's good for me. Alternatively, I can play Tabarax and use Stall Strike, but I think I kick the Gloom Hunter now while I can. This puts another flying lifelink threat on the board. He could use into the Royal Eruption, but that's fine. Yep. And I guess I can use Tabarax now and just use Subtle Strike to deal with the 2-1. So I can stave off as much damage as possible. I guess I could just kick this and then just use Subtle Strike from there. Yeah, I guess I don't hate that. Yeah, I think we need the Blight Priest and the Ghastly Gloom Hunter as win conditions. And I could get greedy here and just play out the Marauding Blight Priest, and I think I will. Like, taking 2 is not the end of the world, and eventually I'll just Subtle Strike away this anyways. Oh my god, yeah. Got punished. Heavily punished. So I guess I'll be taking 7 here. Yeah, I'm gonna get punished really badly. He might even have something with double red here, so next turn is probably just, yeah, let's take 7. Okay, might have to play Tabarax next turn, so just so we don't get run over. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess we can still kick the Gloom Hunter and keep up Subtle Strike. Okay, I don't hate that. That's not the worst. And I might as well trade out the Blood Priest. Yep, good games. I got a little bit too greedy there. Should have kept up the Subtle Strike. Actually, even though I kept up the Subtle Strike, he would have played the 5/4. So yeah, unfortunate. But yeah, hopefully the next final boss we can just steal the victory. But that opponent definitely got us real nicely. So good job, last opponent. I'm also talking quiet here because it's kind of late, and I have food in front of me, and I'm not trying to bother anyone. So, all right, 6-2. Let's get this final boss, and hopefully we don't get cheesed out again, or I can just play safer. Because yeah, that 6-5 got me out of nowhere, and then that roll eruption got me out of nowhere. So if he didn't have that roll eruption, I think we would have been fine. Alright, we'll keep. And I can even play this tap since it's the Tazim Raptor can eventually get back. So I don't mind playing it safe here, playing this tapped, and then Tazim on turn 4 or 3 can get it back and we'll still be fine. Okay, I could Malakir Blood Priest first, but I think the earlier I get my lifelink hits in, the better. So just play out the Gloom Hunter. And next turn we can Malakir Blood Priest or Tazim Raptor getting back the Plateau. Wish I had Subtle Strike, that would be amazing here. Actually, I think I want to do a turn 4 Blood Price, so I think I'm just going to curve out and drain him. Next turn we can just Blood Price and find our recursion spells and our bombs. Just a brute, nothing too scary. So I don't mind tapping out this turn. And we'll take a Vanquish and a Plains. And then we can Vanquish the 3-3 eventually and we should be fine. Spare supplies, that's okay. I think the opponent's just trying to get his land drop so he can ramp. Okay. 2 3-3s. Not the easiest to contend with, but still reasonable. Guess I can just play land. Yeah, let's just get back the Kapir takedown here. And then let's just kill his 3-3 with it. And then let's just attack it for 3 because I'm not blocking the 3-3. And the Lifegain also helps me recover. So the Zine Raptor doing some work here in this deck. And then we can also vanquish the 3-3, save the Deadly Alliance for something larger. Like the Spring Mantle Cleric. I don't mind just taking 3 here, and I'll just kill the Spring Mantle with the Deadly Alliance. Although, is it too greedy to do that? I mean, I can still take 5 and vanquish here and gain some life and grow my Cleric instead. Do I want to do that? Yeah, or nah, let's just do it. Let's just kill it now before it becomes a problem. I'm fine still taking 3 and gaining life, and yeah, it's going to be too big of a problem, I think, if I let that 5-5 survive. So I think I'm fine tapping out to destroy it. And then next turn I can do the Cleric Vanquish, the weak thing, on the 3-3. Opponent's deciding what creature to kill, I think, since he's hovering over our stuff. I'll take 3. Blight Priest is quite good. Maybe I don't need Vanquish the weak. What we can do is we can play the Cleric here. It's probably holding up instant speed interaction. And I can play the Marauding Blight Priest here too. So then the Cleric will trigger and drain him too, and then I can also attack. I don't mind just attacking and trading for the Mana Rock. It can be a bit of a problem. He probably has something here anyways. Probably some form of removal spell. Yeah, he's holding the synchronized strike, I think. I mean the synchronized actually knows deadly lines. That's okay. Opponents decide whether or not to block. Okay, it's fine. I don't mind just taking out the mana rock, to be honest. It's really it can be pretty annoying sometimes. Opponent probably has to stay back because he's on the back foot here. Bailoff. Okay, I guess we can attack and do that. I don't mind just using Vanquish on the 3/3, attacking a Vol, and then forcing the Cambi to Bailoff to trade. That's definitely pretty reasonable. And then he can fall down to 5. Unless he plays something else here. Oh, Journey's perfect. Why didn't I just ask for that? And I can still swing in for 2. And still stay back, and we're in healthy life total. See a removal spell here, yep. Now I can Vanquish and hit him for 6. Unless he has a pump spell. Or I can just play Luminar Aspirant, but let's Vanquish first. And if he has a pump trick, that's okay, I'll just play the Luminar Aspirant. Okay, yeah, we got him. Alright, easy victory. Final boss was pretty easy, and this deck was really good. So I'm glad I got to showcase the Black-White Lifegain deck again. Arguably one of the best archetypes, along with the Blue-Black Rogues and maybe Blue-Green Kicker. As you can tell, this deck does overperform. It just has so much removal. It has so many. It has a lot of recursion, and it just does so much damage once the life gain starts ticking. And there's just so many great payoffs in White-Black that it's obviously, I think, a very excellent archetype to sometimes even force, maybe. So alright, let's claim our prize. And let's just pretend we're drafting Zendikar Rising. Pack 1, pick 1, let's see. Alright, Miri's Construct, definitely going to take it here. There is the Relic Golem, which is only playable in blue-black. Colony Ambush can be a nice land / spell. And then Shepherd Hero is nice flying creature that can gain you life to help you stabilize in the race. And then the 4 toughness makes it a good blocker. But yeah, Miri's Construct is excellent. Don't sleep on this card. Even though you sacrifice it when it becomes a targeted spell, it still doesn't go completely blanked, because it also generates a bunch of 1/1 colors construct artifact creatures equal to its power, so it still generates you a bunch of chump blockers. And the 4/4 is difficult to attack and block into. And if the opponent's playing a good number of Moto MDFCs, and if you manage to kick this just for 7, this can gain those extra counters. So Miri Construct is very good. Definitely the first pick here. Yeah, I'll take a Cragplate Bailoff. I talked about this card before. Okay, so I understand that it can run into Death Touch and it can jump blocked, but usually if you're going to be playing in the beatdown green mid-range deck, the opponent is just going to trade off with your creatures anyways really early, and then once you're able to destroy some of their creatures with your removal spells or trade them off, just bringing in a 7-mana 6/6 Hexproof Haste is hard to deal with. And imagine the blowouts that occur if you have instant speed interaction along with this. So yeah, I wouldn't mind just taking a Cragplate Bailoff. This card, so definitely close to a bomb, but not necessarily unbeatable. But definitely an anti-control card, so if you're playing against like a blue player, they're going to have a difficult time dealing with Cragplate Bailoff. Other good cards in this pack include Umara Wizard as a multi-dual double face card, and then Tazim Royal Mage for the control decks in blue, where you can get back your removal spells. In this pack, Relic Vial is excellent, and I stated before, Black-White Lifegain is one of the best archetypes, so you definitely want to lean towards that archetype, or even force it if you are picking up the payoffs early enough, and Relic Vial is definitely one of them. Not only is it a sack engine for your creatures, but yeah, it also drains the opponent if he owns a cleric, so it becomes a win condition in and of itself. Relic Vial is definitely a very solid card and easily first pickable. Growth-type Night Runner can have its moments too, but you need to have a deck with ways to give it unblockable, like with the Goblin Sneak, and you also need lots of removal to help clear a path. But if you're able to connect and exile a card, it's almost from the top of your library for that turn. It's almost like drawing a card. But overall, it can be really difficult to get going, so I'd probably still take the Relic Vial here. I'll take the Mythic. This pack is not amazing. I heard bad things about Ravager's Mace. It's just that red is trying to be aggressive and black is trying to be grindy in the set, and then the fact that the party theme is kind of scattered in black and red makes the archetype not very consistent. But it's a fine weapon. I wouldn't mind playing it if I somehow end up in the black-red party aggro deck. But it's not really good. And then I guess Skyclave Shoutcat is really good. Payoff for the black-green +1/+1 counters deck. Not only is it sack outlets, but it is also payoffs. Since whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on dies, including itself, it draws a card, so it still replaces itself if it gains a counter. This card is definitely really good. It can convert all your +1/+1 counter creatures into cards that replace themselves. So Skyclave Shoutcat, really good. I guess there's Expedition Champion, which I'm a big fan of at common. Definitely a great card if you're playing like red-white warriors, and if you're just playing, and if your red color is mostly more warrior focused. In general, this card can definitely be hit like a truck. Since the 4-mana 2/3 is not amazing, but once it gets to 4 power, it does need to be a threat that needs to be answered with, or traded off, or blocked. So I'm a big fan of the Expedition Champion and the aggressive archetypes. Alright, another Crackplate Baloth, why not? I probably have a full collection by now. There's a Skyclave Geopede if the Crackplate Baloth wasn't in his pack, and just a 5-mana 5/3 trample. I mean, 3-mana 5/3 trample is pretty strong, and I think red is a solid color instead. Probably the weakest, but still a very good color. And if you're able to kind of go all in with the aggressive game plan, you can just steal some wins. And Skyclave Geopede is definitely one of those cards. And another Mara Wizard, nice MDFC, and then commons, nothing much. Alright, Coveted Prize is unplayable. I don't like this card in limited. Like, it's just pretty much an expensive tutor. And then the secondary ability, sure, you're able to pay about your mana cost, paying your mana cost, but you still have to remember, you had to get a full party. No, not full party. I'm sorry, but you're still casting the Coveted Prize. No, actually, you need to have a full party to get the second ability to work as the most optimal. Yeah, you need a full party, so that's really difficult to do, especially in black. Relic Golems, I guess Field Research could be the best common in this pack. Just a solid, flexible draw spell that's good in blue-black, good in blue-red. So if you don't have a direction to go into, you can just take the solid common and decide whether or not you want to be in one of the Grixis colors of blue, or even the Esper colors. There's Relic Golem, and this also has Kicker for blue-green. There's Relic Golem, only playable in blue-black. Hasn't really impressed me yet, but can be an alternate win condition in Dimir. This is just a 6-powered, 6 toughness creature if you manage to get 8 in the graveyard, so that can be quite strong, but it's pretty hard to enable. It's hard to get to 8 quickly, but there's definitely a lot of enablers in this set. So yeah, there you go. Nice draft. Managed to get to 7-1, and hopefully I can do more Premier drafts in Zendikar Rising later. And in the meantime, stay tuned for more stuff, and have a great day. Bye.